Want to get better at Warzone super fast? You're in the right spot. I've spent 5 years in Warzone trenches, and today I'm giving you everything that I've learned. If you want to level up fast, fry more lobbies, and just stop dying so much, then this video's for you. Let's jump right in. Part of getting good really fast is going in and starting with the basics of your controller. So let's run through these settings, make sure you have them set up correctly so things are easier at the end of the game when you're winning every game. We want to start with the basics. So we're going to hop in, we're going to go to controller. We're going to look at a few things here. Horizontal stick sensitivity and vertical stick sensitivity. That is left and right and up and down. I run a little bit faster on the up and down, and I do this because when you're thinking about it, verticality, when you're running through big map or running through small map, people are in windows, people are on top of buildings, people are in towers, you have to look up a lot. I want to look up faster. So that's tip number one, if we're counting tips, is going to be vertical stick sensitivity and horizontal stick sensitivity. Make sure verticality is key here and going a little bit more. Now, basics here. Controller vibration, turn that off. You don't want your hands shaking in a gunfight. You're already nervous enough. Then go into your dead zone inputs, and you want to take a look at a couple different things. Test your stick dead zone. Okay, let me take my camera off so you can see what I'm talking about for test dead sticks zoned. So you're gonna go ahead and click on here, and you can see my left stick, the horizontal is going 2%, the vertical is going 2%, and the right stick is going a little bit on the horizontal for the 1%. So left stick minimums, what you want to do here is you're going to want to turn those up and down based upon this test. So for me, I'm going to go ahead and turn that to a little bit more on the left stick. We're going to go to 4, and then on the right stick, we're going to go on the 4 as well, just to give it a little bit more. And then we're going to try it again. And then look, I'm at 0 and 0 just by that little test. And that gets me a fine tuning. Now, your left stick maximum, that is how much it takes to activate the stick. We want to lower that as much as possible. I feel comfortable at a level 79 for the left stick max. Right stick, you don't have to mess with. Now, your left trigger, this is how much you have to press it to get it to fire or ADS. Now, why would you want any delay here? I have no clue. Call of Duty Warzone puts you at 13, doesn't make any sense. Put it at 0. Now you're gonna wanna go over to aiming, and then you're gonna go to aiming advanced settings and check out under aiming response curve, and make sure this is under dynamic. This is gonna be a fast starting movement that allows down to the aiming rate. It's reverse S-curve mapping. That's the best one you wanna use. Then go ahead and make sure your aiming response curve slope scale is at a 1. We're gonna back out of here, and we're gonna go over to movement. Turn mantle assist off, crouch assist off, and corner slicing off. Slide and dive behavior, you're gonna want tap to slide. Then you're gonna make sure sprint restore is on. Slide maintaining sprint is on. Parachute automatic behavior is off. Mantle cancel reload is off. Now, some of these you might already have in place, and that is great. This is just a reminder to make sure we have everything in our placement here. Then we're gonna go back up to sprint assist, and you have a couple different options: off, on, or tactical sprint assist. That is your tac sprint. Make sure tac sprint is on, so then you're not jamming your thumb every time you wanna run faster. This makes it so you don't have to keep doing that, or you auto run when you run. Now click the X button. Sprint assist delay is going to be 0. You don't want any delay. I don't know why they would put this in the game, but it is in the game. Sprint assist sideways on, sprint assist backwards on. Let's double check a couple of these over in combat. We're gonna go down to armor plate, apply all, and then we're also going to make sure in our combat advanced here that we want a short delay on the weapon mount exit, and the prioritize interact is turned on, and then also sprint cancels reload off. Now that our controller settings are dialed, now we need to build the right loadout. And when I say the right loadout, it's the right loadout for you, not the loadout for your favorite streamer, not my favorite loadout. For you, what works for you, what is easiest to use for you, easiest to control for you, because if it's easy to control for you and easy to use for you, you're gonna get wins faster. So we're gonna build this one together. We're gonna go with the top 2 guns with the lowest recoil and the easiest to use in the game right now. So we're gonna go with the Cypher 91 or the Ames 85. That's the main 2. So let's build an Ames 85 build together that we're going to use. Now, a couple tips here when you're building this. You want it easy to use for recoil, right? So that even plays into the optic. So for your optic, you got a couple different ones. I love the Volsky Reflex. A lot of people are using it. It looks really clean. I'll show you what that looks like right now. So you can see it right here on the screen. look at that. Very easy to see, easy to see, easy to see. That's great. But what you're gonna need to understand is you need to see a little bit farther, because that's a little bit hard to see when you're looking at that. So let's go back in. I highly recommend using this optic. Let me see what the Jason Armory 2X. Then we're gonna look at muzzle, and that is going to come down between a couple different things. I'm not a big supporter of suppressor, so you're going to do compensator or ported compensator. There's not a lot of first shot recoil control here, so compensator is what it is. Suppressor is great. What that will do will keep you off the minimap, I understand, but I'm thinking about it. How many times are you in a gunfight or you hear gunfire and you look up at your minimap looking for a red dot? Not a lot of people do that. So compensator for recoil. Then we're going to look at the barrel, right? We got a couple different choices here. What I would recommend you can do a couple different things. You can do reinforced barrel, which is going to get you more damage and more bullet velocity. That's great at range. Or you can just get bullet velocity. You're going to go 35% here in the jump up. So I would recommend gain twist barrel. Then we're going to look at the magazine, because we're going to need the right magazine, and that's going to be an extended mag 2. It's a 60 round mag. So we're at 4 attachments, and you have a lot of spots. Now you can go a couple different things here. You can go under barrel with a vertical foregrip, which will get you the horizontal recoil control, which that is what I would do. Now we're going to throw a fresh coat of paint on, because you know what? If you have a fresh coat of paint on this gun, it's going to make sure you shoot better and you get more damage. That is a low attempted humor. So let's go into the gunsmith and let me see. All right, we got this gun. Now look at that crosshair. This thing is easy to control, super easy. And that optic makes it very simple to use and see, and it helps with the recoil control. Now you can go ahead and hit your down button on your D-pad. You can get your little control here. And even with me not holding this thing, look at this. I'm not even touching it. That's the recoil. Not bad at all. Up and to the left. Now that you know that, you can go ahead and you look right out here. There we go. Control it. So you pull down just a little bit and you fire all 60 rounds, especially when you have somebody moving. You're going to want to do that. All right. So we got our AR built. That's great. Let's go ahead and make sure we build our SMG. And that is going to be right now, it comes down to 2 guns. We're going to KSV or the C9. The C9 is going to be easier for you to see when you are shooting people based upon the iron sights. KSV is harder to see. The barrel gets in front of the operator you're shooting, and it's just a pain. So we're going to go C9, then we're going to go ahead and build this. I have it built here. There's a couple things you're going to want on it. Compensator, that's going to do the same thing. Vertical recoil control. Reinforced barrel is going to get you damage range and bullet velocity mixed in. That's great. Extended mag 2, get a 50 round. Ergonomic grip is slide to fire, dive to fire, and aim down sight. Faster for all of them, which is what you're going to want to do to get wins. And then the balanced stock, because it gives you more movement speed, more hip fire movement speed, more strafing movement speed, and more aim walking movement speed. That's your build on your C9. So we have our Ames 85, which is a low recoil, easy to use gun. You want consistency to get wins here. Same with your SMG. Low recoil, easy to use. Now, your melee weapon doesn't matter. I'm using Michelangelo's nunchucks because it's fun, but doesn't really matter on that one. Now, tactical. A couple different things here. It comes down to 2. Experimental gas and shock charge. Either one, those are going to be the ones you want, because when you're using them, and I'll show you later here in a little bit, you can block off different points of entry and it stops them from coming in different ways. So I will show you that. And then lethal comes down to a couple different choices. One is a Semtex, which I like because it has more damage. Or you can do a Molotov cocktail for the same reason as I said before. You have fire. People aren't going to run through fire. So either way, you pick your poison. I would do Molotov cocktail here. All right, now you have perks. 1, 2, 3. And keep in mind, we're setting this up so we can get wins faster and better at Warzone faster. So we have the low recoil AR. We have the low recoil high damage C9. We got our good tactical and our good lethal, but we need to have the good perks. So perk 1 slot. I run 2 different things here. I run veteran, because 1, it is immune to flash, gas, movement, and shock negative effects. So if people are using those and I have those on, that helps me. I can run through those gases. I can run through those shock charges. So I highly recommend veteran. Then cold-blooded. Now I run cold-blooded because a lot of people are running tracker in the game, which is a great perk. You could run it as well. It's a good secondary perk here, but I would run cold-blooded because what it does is you're not tracker on footsteps, you're not tracker on marks. It will not trigger alertness if somebody's using that. I go between both, but you have options here in that second slot. Tracker is great too because the farther you hit them away, you get the red outline. They're easier to see. You can see them through smoke. So whatever you think's best here. I think if you're going to pick one to get more wins fast, Tracker is going to be the best one. And perk 3, I go with tempered here because I like putting in 2 plates instead of 3. It does make it a little bit faster. And then we're going to go ahead with overkill perk. Now that our controller settings are dialed and our loadout is dialed, you're going to hop in and you're going to practice. That is right. You're going to practice. Think about it this way. Anybody who's great in their field practices. Think LeBron, Messi, Ronaldo, they all practice. They even practice today and they're still great. You're going to practice. So you're going to hop into Warzone Bootcamp. You're going to do solo quads. You're not trying to win. You're trying to practice. First, we want to learn map knowledge and building knowledge, really. So we have these buildings right here. We have one here, one here, one here. Those 3, and then we have 2 on the other side here. Got a trailer there and a trailer there. We need to understand the ins and outs of each building and where people might be. So if I'm going in here, people can hide up here. People can hide up here. People can hide up here. See, I can climb all the way up there. And I can shoot you at either way. But you need to understand that when you're going into different buildings. It's the same thing over here. Watch. Come in here. I have that corner. That's all I have. Get a gun. So I have that corner, I have that corner that I can hide in, right? Those are going to be the ones. You need to learn and get into these buildings and understand where people can be. Like up here in this nest. The same thing that goes for Rebirth or anywhere else you play, especially with Verdansk coming back. You want to make sure you understand the buildings. So when I'm looking at this, I'm going to go through and I'm going to land here and I'm going to look at all these buildings and I'm going to anticipate where people are. So if I'm in this building, I would come in and think somebody could hide right there, right? I'm gonna learn down here, come through. Okay, there's nothing else here. So I'm good to go. I have a ladder here that would take me up top. So then I can get views of all of this. Is there a ladder over there? I don't know. I'm gonna go check. I'm gonna see, is there a way to get to the roof here? There is, right here. So I can climb this ladder and get up here and look around, make sure I don't get shot in the back. And then I'm up here and I'm ready to go. But you want to understand where you're going to go and what is possible in the building. But map knowledge is key here, guys. So in the Warzone Bootcamp is a great place to do it. It's 24 bots, 24 players. So it gives you time in a low pressure situation to practice learning the map, practice aiming, practice taking gunfights. And you have a lot of gunfights to take when it's just you versus 48 people in the lobby. So we got a guy coming. He's going to push us right here. We're going to slide out. Here. There we go. He was looting. Didn't know I was there. And I go ahead and got him. Go ahead and loot. Take that over. Have a nice day. Just like that. But it gives you that chance to practice. Once you get more practice in, the better you are. And you can check different parts of the map, like these zips and everything else. Now we need to talk about gunfights, and you just saw me take a gunfight and destroy that player like it was easy as can be. There's a couple different things you want to do here. One, we're going to talk about centering. See my yellow dot here? I have a centered area. I want to make sure I'm staying centered. So when I'm in a gunfight and I just heard somebody land, oh, they're fighting over there. You want to go ahead and make sure you're centered. Because if I'm aiming down here, it's going to be hard to shoot somebody aiming down here. But it's going to be pretty easy to shoot if I pull my trigger and they're right here. So let's go get into a gunfight and see how it goes. There's a guy coming right now. I'm centered. He jumped down. I'm going to turn back around. And I finished him. Centering helped there. Also what helped there is that you probably saw me go ahead and on ADS. So that is another key that you want to do. Is when an enemy gets close to you, you don't want to keep holding your ADS. You want to let go and fire. You want to let go and fire because then it gets the hip fire spread and you can see the enemy more. You know, I wasn't sitting like this the whole time. I let go of my left stick, so then I was able to do that, which made it nice and easy to do. I got 2 guys. I got one flying over here. I still have 2 people on the other side over there. You also need to practice when to pre-file. So let's shut this door. And let's shut this door. So, oh, here comes somebody. Most likely people hide in this corner. So what you need to do is understand that. And when you're coming through the door, We want to pre-fire. Pre-fire everything. So I got this guy running, but there's somebody shooting him closer. Here, see? I'm not chasing the down there. I'm reloading, replating. Then I'll come back. Finish that guy. His buddy just jumped down. He's cracked. I'm not pushing over. I got a guy to my right. I hear that side. I'm gonna come on this side. I lost the gunfight, which is totally fine. We're gonna go to Gulag. And it's totally fine because we want to practice, right? That's the whole key, is we want to practice. Didn't chase the down there. I went and cracked the other one. I heard the other guy to my right, and I lost that gunfight because he pre-fired as I came out. Smart on him to pre-fire me, just like I was talking about. I'm gonna get released and we'll go back and show you. So let's go get that loadout that we built. All right, let's get this loadout that we built. All right, now we have our loadout. We have our perks. Heard somebody to our left. We're strafing. See, I'm strafing left and right. That activates rotational aim assist. I'm not standing still. Now, I'm not in cover right here. It's not the best cover. But if somebody lands here, I'm rotating. I'm always moving when I'm shooting. I'm not standing still as I'm shooting. I'm rotating left and right. It activates rotational aim assist. That is going to be key here. I got a sniper up there. He just missed me. So we're going to... This guy loves to shoot at me. Put him in. We're going to cross over. 3v1. Well, we lost that last match, but I'm not really worried about it. Keep practicing, really. Like, that is what the whole goal was. But now we're going to talk about... We talked about centering. We want to make sure we're centered. Now we're going to talk about peeker's advantage in understanding where the person's going to be. So we have this door right here. And we could run through here and aim right here. This is usually where people are. Here or here, right? But when you do that, there's a couple different things you could do. One, you could run through here and aim and then fire. That would give you peeker's advantage. And peeker's advantage is there's a delay in the system. So when I'm playing on PC, you're playing on console, I come through the room real fast. It takes a little bit for you to catch up on my end. Catch up on your end, not my end. So you can win the gunfight. But what I highly recommend is situation 2, which is if I come through the door and I start pre-firing through the door. You want to pre-fire where you think they're going to be. That gives you a better way of doing it. Situation number 3, which I really like, you come in here, you kick the door, and you throw in your tactical. Then they got to do something, you're pre-firing, you can pre-fire mixed with the tactical, and then you are dialed to go. So that is 3 ways you can do that, right? So you got peeker's advantage coming through like that, and you come through, slide through, pre-fire right where they're going to be. So then you get first shots on, because first shots on are usually going to win you the gunfight. Or you do third way, throw in a tactical or lethal, throw like this. You know they're going to be in there, and then you start pre-firing. Because they got to make a decision. Either they're going to take the damage from the Simtex, or they're going to take the damage from your bullets. Let them make that decision. All right, we got a guy right out front here. He's trying to hold us in the gas. So we're going to go out this window, and we're going to look right, because he's going to be to our right. See him coming right there? Now we're going to use his momentum as he's coming towards me, and I'm going to shoot him. Watch, he's going to run over here. He's right over there now. I can hear him. Where'd he go? Oh, he's up top in the crow's nest. There's 2 other guys fighting here. Let them fight. And we're going to position ourselves to get the win, and we're going to third party. Look at this. He doesn't even know we're there. Look, guys. Third party that guy. This guy's down. And that is just using our situational awareness of where this person was. They didn't know I was here. I was on this side. I came around here and I was patient. I didn't want to shoot him. I knew he was in cover on this thing. So what I did was I waited. He didn't see me, and I go ahead and kill him. Now, I understand we're in Warzone Bootcamp, and it is definitely a lot of beginning players, but you want to be able to practice these scenarios. You can't practice these scenarios anywhere else. So this makes it a lot easier to practice these scenarios. Let's talk about another tactic that you can use with gunfights. So you know there's people in this building, but you don't know if you can wallbang the building. So you know that if you go in here, there's probably somebody hiding over here in this corner, right? This is the main corner they're hiding, or it's this corner over here by this door. That's usually the main 2. So what you could do is you could wallbang this and then wallbang that and see if any of it hits it. If it doesn't hit it, at least they're panicking, you can come through and you can kill them just right here. But always try to wall bang and understand where people are. Let's get the loadout we just built. So we got our Ames 85, our C9, we got all of our perks, we got our overkill package, and now we're going to take on the lobby. But first I want to show you you're not always going to win every gunfight. Look, we got a sniper guy looking right there. We got this guy crossing the road here. We got this one right here. We're gonna put him in. All right, so now we're gonna plate, right? We're not gonna take on that gunfight. We're gonna re-engage and reset the gunfight because we are not in a good advantage. There's one of us, and there's only. I want to make sure that he doesn't peek the same spot, because if you peek the same spot, he'll most likely get you. So now he's looking for us. They don't have to move, we do. So we're gonna hang out here, and we're not gonna peek that same thing because he's looking right here right now. So I am gonna go down here, reposition and reset. Do not re-peek the same area. It is a recipe for losing. So we're gonna re-peek right here. They're in this building. They closed the door, which means they're good to go. They're going to stay here. We have high ground. We're going to stay here. But you just want to make sure if you're losing a gunfight, don't keep fighting. This isn't like Gladiator where like the #1 comes out. Back up, move away, reset the gunfight, re-peek another area because he's not looking at this area. He's looking at the area down there where I just was. We got another guy coming right here. Shoot him a little bit. He's lost. Get a little bit closer, close the distance. Take care of that right there. Perfect area to practice, guys. You're not trying to be a hero. You're not trying to win. You're not trying to do anything like that. You're just trying to practice gunfights. Look at this. They got their back to you now. Look at that. They forgot I was even there. I'm gonna come down here. I'm gonna go down to a different area. I'm not gonna re-peek the same area. I'm gonna get this area, see? Like, they're not even looking. They're trying to figure out where I am, and I'm down here. This is the next part of getting more wins, is understanding height advantage, right? In circle. So I have nobody behind me. You look at this. I have the path. I'm looking over to them. So we're going to wait for this circle to come down, but I am good at here. I don't need to move. I don't need to do anything. They don't either have to either. And look at that. They're going to have to move now. So I have zone. It's coming to me. They're going to fight, and it's going to give me the advantage here. Watch. Same guys that were peeking me earlier. That's bad of them. They should not peek that. See, they jumped off. But it's 1v3, and I have height advantage right now. Here comes one. Right here. Ooh, I'm getting sniped at. We're going to put that there. Gonna use this car for cover. Throw this. We use that for cover. Replate, reposition. He pushed me by himself, which he shouldn't have done. Down. We're gonna reload. Replate. Oh, good shots, good shots, good shots. But I overplayed it a little bit. We pushed in too far. We should have hanged back, but you know what? It's all good. I had no cover. That's happening, you know, but that's practice, right? You got 1v3 at the end, and you're practicing. All right, we're going to talk about placement on where you want to shoot people. Chest and head preferably. There are damage multipliers. So with that centering, you want to make sure. So watch this. I'm going to go to the left. I'm going to come over. He's going to go right. I'm aiming higher. I'm always aiming higher. You want to aim higher. You want to aim chest, and you want to aim head. Centering helps with that a ton. Let's talk about closing the distance. So we got stairs here. Now we're always in stairs. There's going to be stairs in every game. Got a little portable here. But we also want people if they're chasing us. So with closing the distance, say I have somebody chasing me. I'm coming right here. You know they're going to be coming through that door. So they're, instead of shooting you in the back, let them come up and then turn here and close the distance so that you shoot here. So chase you, turn. They're expecting you to keep running. Here's what happens. If they're running like this, they can't pull their gun out and shoot you as faster as you can. So if you're running, turn around quick and shoot just like that, because that will get them in their forward momentum. You close the distance. You want them to chase you like that. That is the perfect way of doing it. Okay, we don't want to chase the down. So let's do this guy right here. He's down, right? We're not going to finish that. We're going to reload, we're going to replate, and we're going to get back into cover, because you got to anticipate his teammates, right? There's always somebody looking to third party. So then we're going to make sure we come back and we're going to listen. Do we have anybody pushing? I don't hear anybody. Then we're going to go finish it down. He's still crawling around over here. See, he's right there. But you want to anticipate somebody coming here, somebody coming here. He was crawling that way. So you want to make sure that there is nobody around. Don't chase the down. Make sure that you are safe. You get into cover, you replate, and then you go finish the down. You get the kill no matter what. Better to replate and restart each time and anticipate where the third party might come. Because like I said, it could have came from here. It could have came from here. And look, there's his teammate right there on that hill. Nice and sitting up there, right where we thought he would be. All right, we have another one close to us right now. Right there. See him coming out? Oh, there's two. There's two. We're going to go right here. We're not going to know where they're fighting. We're going to third party this. Just like that. There's another one. We're moving because there's another one coming. Remember I said third party? That's right. I heard him coming. Heard footsteps. I'm a triple threat. I heard them coming. We're going to relocate to up top. We're going to go ahead and take a look up here. We're going to see what we see. Are they up there? Nope. Heard them sliding underneath. We're going to throw down a dome. Get some more information. We got underneath us. They're going to be in the stairs. Still underneath us. All right. You can see it on there. We're going to wait. We're going to listen. We're not going to finish this just in case. We have a UAV though. There we go. Now there's a one threat. So his teammate must have ran away and didn't want to finish us. But we waited, we listened, and we used the information that we had to finish out the teammate. All right, guys, that gives you your controller settings. That gives you the perfect loadout where you're going to make sure you're doing it the right way. Then it gives you scenarios where to practice, and that will lead to more wins inside of Warzone for you. If you made this far in the video, don't forget to hit subscribe, turn notifications on, and guess what? Our Discord is now live for the community. You can join it. I'll put the link down below, and we have a full stream coming up for Dance. We're doing giveaways and everything else. If you want to watch more videos from me, click or touch the screen now and check out this video about the 9 records that can never be broken inside of Warzone. All right, guys, I'm going to go get a victory here.